Unbelievably, the most watched, most wondered about man in America has gone missing tonight.
The intersection of the 5 and the 91 freeway. One thing we have been noticing, again, it's a very slow pursuit, followed by numerous highway patrol vehicles. But because of the intensity, it seems like people have heard about what's going on. And all the overpasses that we've seen have been lined with cars.
Guilty shadows haunt the night. Dark secrets locked away so tight. OJ on the run. Oh, what a sight. High speed chase, sirens blaring in the moonlight. Fame and glory now turned to shame. The taste of freedom lost in this twisted game. OJ, the man with the bloodstained fame, innocent or guilty, who's to blame? Running from the truth, chasing dreams in the night. Oh, OJ, you can't from a faithful light. Guilty shadows follow you, day and night. In the darkness, justice finds a smile.
One of our LA affiliates. Police believe that O.J. Simpson is in that car. Okay. Police believe he is in that vehicle.
911, what are you reporting? This is AC. I have O.J. in the car.
Fame and glory now turned to shame. The taste of freedom lost in this twisted game. OJ, the man with the bloodstained fame, innocent or guilty, who's to blame? Running from the truth, chasing dreams in the night. Oh, OJ, you can't from that faithful light. Guilty shadows follow you, day and night. In the darkness, justice finds its light.
What am I doing here all alone? I got things that I gotta do. Waiting for my friends to come along. I don't mean to sound so lonely. I can't help it.
I'm so dark.
You're very dark.
I know, I'm so dark.
I was just gonna say your
In
mood.
my soul.
You're so dark. What is up, man?
Why am I so dark?
Welcome to the Salty and Savage Show, everybody. We're here. This is episode 34.
34.
That's crazy.
The racist episode. Hold on, I gotta fix this. This is bothering me.
Oh, it was bothering me too. So what up, everyone? It is another Tuesday. I hope everybody's having an awesome time. I'm gonna crack a bush latte real quick.
Ooh,
and pour it into my beautiful crystal
there we
glass. Oh, look how good
now
you
I'm
look
all
now.
washed out.
No,
So
don't worry
pasty.
about
I'm
it.
so pale. You know, do you think that eventually when they do a biopic on this podcast that I will be played by, I'll be recast by someone of a darker shade? Do you think that?
Oh yeah, definitely. They'll probably be like Indian or like from Sri Lanka.
Yeah, what will be the in vogue thing by the time that happens? Which
For
will
sure.
be never. Which will be never.
What do we got going on? The Quiet Part Podcast. Welcome to the show.
Oh, the quiet part. Is that Noski? Is that you, Chris Noski? You guys should check out that podcast. I think they do a podcast every day, Monday through Friday. Central time, it's 5 to 7, I believe.
It'll be Zendaya. That's who will play you.
What up, Andrew Campbell from Australia? I hope you're okay with all the cyclones or hurricanes that are happening.
Hurricane?
They're hurricanes. And Joey Cannoli's here, Professor I don't even know how to say your name. I just know it's Joey Cannoli. Joey Cannoli, also
Professor
co-host
Dom-
of the Quiet Part Out Loud. The Quiet Part podcast.
The Quiet Part podcast out loud.
Yeah, they talk mainly politics, a little pop culture, just from the perspective of regular dudes. Cool guys. Met them in the Timcast Discord, and they're helping keep that community going, which is kind of awesome. So
Okay.
hail and thanks for being here on the show. What's up, dude?
What is up, man? We're here. I'm totally exhausted and beat working a real job once again. I took this is crazy. My boss said something like, "Oh man, I took like 15,000 steps the other day," and I was like, "Wow, I worked a lot today. I should probably check. Like, what does my phone even say? 26,000 steps.
26,000 steps
today, just today.
Just today. Wow, I don't think I've done that in a very long time.
I mean,
I'm lazy.
First of all, it's because I'm lazy. Second of all, but yeah, just working for a living now, and hey, we're trying to get this podcast off the ground. We got like 219 followers here on the tube of you.
Yeah,
We'd love to get more. We would love to get more. Everybody, make sure to subscribe and smash the shit. Like, find anything. Find like a glass or a can or
hit the like button.
An SM
Lick it,
57.
click it, stick it. Wait, I'm sorry. Just
Smash
it.
Smash it.
I would also like to say, please share with your friends as we attempt to do something that everyone else is doing, but do it with beards.
But doing it with beards.
That's our angle.
It is. We got all sorts of stuff going on today. We got we're going to check back in with various news stories. There's some wild stuff has been going on. We're a little late on some of it, but nonetheless,
we're always late. That is the theme of our show, is that you will get last week's news today.
That was the yes. when I was working at Extra, that was the theme. We'd be like, yesterday's news today.
And but we do last week's because it's a weekly show, not a daily show. And usually the best stuff happens, and then we're like, well, we'll talk about it next week.
We'll see you then.
Like, what will happen is you guys will watch the show, and then tomorrow something really epic and crazy will happen. And then you'll get all the news from all the other podcasts. And then finally on Tuesday, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
but
we'll be like, oh, hey, did you hear all that stuff on all those other podcasts that we should talk about now?
It'll be funnier at least.
Will it be? Okay. Well, anyway.
I don't know.
But also today, we have a guest.
We have a guest. Let's do an introduction to this guy. He does comic book reviews. He loves indie comics. He is an artist himself, a musician, and he looks suspiciously like Glenn Danzig. Hailing from New Jersey, this heavy metal rock and roll cool guy, Michael Ferraro.
What up?
Hey.
What is up, dude?
Yeah.
Nice. He's joining the party with a bottle of wine. That's what we like to see.
What are you drinking there, Savage?
I got the Busch Latte. I got my standard malted hops beverage, and
nice.
Nothing too crazy. It's a Tuesday night, and I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, nothing too great, dude. So, Michael, what is up? Welcome to the show. You guys can follow him on the Twitters or the X or the Twixers or whatever the hell they're calling it these days.
Whatever it is.
Gnarly Comic, you can see right there. Link in the chat. He does really cool. If you guys want to find out what's happening in indie comics, he'll do a review, and they're pretty good, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
In fact, we should watch one. Maybe.
Well, we got. Yeah, well,
I mean, yeah.
I mean, at some point.
At some point.
We should definitely
At some
be watching
point.
it.
So, what is up, dude? Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, guys. Honored to be on this show. I meant to ask you guys, were you guys on a hiatus? Because I was surprised to see episode 34, but I only heard of you guys like a couple weeks ago.
That checks out. That checks out.
That pretty much. So we were doing a show inconsistently. Sometimes it was on Wednesdays, sometimes it was on Fridays, sometimes it was on Thursdays. I think we even did a Monday night show, and we were doing that last year because we were just trying to figure out like what night we should stream. Because we were trying not to butt up against like other like CG streams and other like in the same sphere. And we just realized we should just pick a night and go with it because everyone is crazy and does their own thing whenever the hell they want, and we can't worry about those people. So. We are Tuesdays, and then we took a long break because of the holidays. Because I had a bunch of deadlines. I have client work. I'm a professional artist, creative. writer type guy, and I had a bunch of clients, and they were all like, "We need stuff," and so we took a long. And then Savage has got his own stuff going on all the time, so we took. And then the holidays, so we're like, let's take a half a year off. No, it was like 2.5 months. 2.5 months.
It felt like 6 months. And
yeah. I mean, for you guys love us so much and are addicted to the content that you get here that it felt like half a year. But then we came back, and we're coming back hard, man. Every Tuesdays. It was 9 months off. Yeah, about 9 months.
No, I'm glad. I mean, like, just from us talking a bit, I guess, from that DM room and stuff, like, that's how I obviously found out about it. And yes, I was very impressed by you guys. You guys have broadcaster voices.
Radio Stories now says here for Michael, or here from Michael, here for
But
Michael,
probably
here,
here,
from Michael.
probably here for
Oh,
Michael.
that is
Michael.
that
Did
is
someone
the
come
lovely-
from you?
What's that?
Did someone come from you? Do you have a child watching the show?
I'm here from Michael.
That is the lovely Caitlin. She is a writer. She does radio dramas, like narrated radio
Very
dramas.
cool.
Like,
Very
she's
cool.
so supportive of indie comics. She's the best.
Awesome.
Beautiful
Well, welcome.
soul and person all around.
Well, thank you for being here. Please think about subscribing, and we welcome you, even though you come from or are from or are here for Michael, because we like Michael and he's here. We got another person, Richard Embry, Forest Publications. Dude, where were you last week? We totally watched your trailer and promoted this comic book. Make sure, guys, and hopefully the Baron can put the link in the chat. Blood and the Sword 2 is out on Fund My Comic. I have one. I need you to send me two, although I don't think it's printed yet. Cool, fun fantasy. If you like D&D and you like fun and you like light, like it's light, so it's not like super dark. It's a good all ages comic book. You guys should check it out. Blood and the Sword. I like
hear
it. We
good
talked about
things
it last
about
week.
it.
Yeah, it's definitely well written. The art's fun. And I love fantasy. I love the lizard guy. I like the trailer, and then I wonder if the trailer actually got his copyright struck, but then it didn't. I checked and it didn't. So you did well, Richard. You did well. All right, what are we talking about today, Savage? What are we talking about,
Dude? Well, the main thing is the old Harry Potter situation.
Oh yeah. So have you heard about this, Michael?
When I saw the topic in the thumbnail, I thought, did they say he was white in the book? What was the deal? Like, I'm assuming he was white in the book.
You know what? That's a really great. Let's see. What did the book say? I have the quote directly from Harry Potter when they first introduced Severus Snape. The Professor Snape was a thin man with sallow skin, a hooked nose, and greasy, shoulder-length black hair. He looked around at them all, his cold black eyes gleaming. So we have thin, sallow skin. That's like pasty yellow, pale, a hooked nose, and greasy, shoulder-length black hair. So who did they cast as Severus Snape? First, it was Alan Rickman. Me and my wife absolutely loved Alan Rickman as Severus Snape.
There's nobody who did not like Alan Rickman.
Yeah, I mean, I love Alan Rickman in general, even with a terrible German accent. He is still amazing. I love him as an actor. Started off as a graphic designer, shockingly enough, and then became a fantastic actor. Yeah, you didn't know that? He was a graphic designer. He wasn't even like thinking about acting. I don't even know how he got into acting. I think it was through the theater.
I knew Die Hard was his first movie because he came from stage plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here it is. Harry Potter fans are outraged over the inappropriate Severus Snape casting. It
looks just like him.
Yeah.
And as Andrew, obviously, it was a stunning and brave choice. Obviously, very stunning and brave.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So what do you guys think of that?
It's they cast this this actor. His name's Papa Isidu. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I think it's something like that. And the Harry Potter fans are kind of outraged at what they're calling. I believe they're calling it blackwashing. Granted, let's not beat around the bush. Obviously, for as long as theater and movies and television have been around, white people have been playing characters of color or race or whatever. And
Well,
whatnot. but we're
that's a good
supposed
point.
to. But we're supposed to be beyond it. That
hold on though. That is a good point. So in theater, like men would play women. Shakespeare, it was always very apparent that like race never mattered. You could have anybody playing a race. However, in a book where it is very descriptive, like there's not a lot of physical descriptions of like Shakespearean characters, so that's why it made sense. But like when there's a book and like Tolkien, Tolkien describes the characters. J.K. Rowling describes what they look like. People get this sense in their mind. You read the book and you get this visual in your head, and then Hollywood makes a movie and casts someone as fantastic as Alan Rickman. You're kind of stuck with that, right?
Yeah, when they nail it, when it's just like so spot on.
I mean,
if this casting occurred today, I feel like it would have gone differently. But we're seeing the results of decisions made like years ago, or like let's say like half a decade ago, when things.
I don't think they do this half a decade ago, though. I don't think that they are that brazen.
Yeah,
I think they might do it if Alan Rickman hadn't played the character, and I don't think if Alan Rickman hadn't played the character, I don't think anyone would have necessarily cared. Although when you read the book and you read about the character, I don't know, man. It's just like you have this visual in your head, and then someone's doing, like someone mentioned the New Adventures of Henry, I think mentioned earlier, additionally, there's a portrait of Snape in the illustrated edition by Jim Kay. So you're locked in, man. You're locked in.
Yeah.
And here's an interesting. I don't know what you guys think about this, Savage and Michael. So now we're going to be, because this is a younger Snape, right? It's going back a little bit. So now are we going to see James Potter and his high school, his school, the School of Wizarding crew picking on a little black kid, so that's gonna add a whole new level of like racial tension. And do you think that's by design? Do you think that's on purpose? They're going for that.
Well, again, like these decisions were made like in a different climate. It's unfortunate that that's a good question, man.
I mean, it's people also keep talking about it. What I haven't read is a John Lithgow casting. He's apparently also cast somewhere in this show or something like that. Hold on a second.
Dumbledore.
Oh yeah, so he's Dumbledore.
Yeah.
So
fans are pissed about that.
Why are people upset about that? Why would you be upset? John Lithgow is fantastic.
Yeah.
Why would you be? Oh, is it because he's not British?
Because he's not British. Well, you know what? We have been tolerating British actors coming over to the United States and taking good American roles.
Superman is a 100% American creation and is 100% American ideology. And a freaking handsome British man stole the role. He stole our hearts.
So turnabout is fair play, I say.
Hey, at least he's not Australian. They've been really taking all the roles.
Oh, man. Dude, they do the Southern accent so good. Half of the cast of True Blood was Australian just because they did the accent so well.
Yeah.
Well, because it's basically the same thing, right? Like Aussies are essentially Southern Brits.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because when you think about like all of the people in New Orleans and the swamps, that's like, the Australia's got swamps, and then like, I don't know. It's kind of the same thing, so that makes sense.
Apparently, Quiet Part is saying that it was a long time thing that J.K. herself really wanted British actors to be playing them, but J.K. has opinions that people don't care about.
Yeah,
so.
Well, whatever. She also thinks that men can't be women, so she's a bigot. Clearly, she's a bigot.
There is that.
So there's no surprise that she's also a bigot against American actors. Whatever, man. I think this is because left-wing Hollywood creative type people are incapable of feeling sympathy for awkward black males. I mean, awkward white males. I'm sorry. I totally messed that up. I actually think that Hollywood has a hard time feeling any kind of empathy or sympathy for awkward. I mean, think about like how cruel and terrible the left is to white young males now. I mean, it's almost psychotic.
Not
So I'm
not just the
wondering-
ones at P. Diddy's house.
Not just, I mean, other than, you know, that grossness, they, you know, that's all they see them for, I guess, is that. And I mean, just think about how much contempt there really is in that space now towards young white males. And so you're wondering, it's like, because Snape's a sympathetic character, right? He's a character that gets picked on relentlessly by James Potter, Harry Potter's father. He's awkward, and he goes from thinking that he's a villain to being this really sympathetic, sweet character that you have empathy for, and you have, you know, there's an understanding of, oh, that's why he was the way that he is. Oh my gosh, he cares about Harry. Oh my gosh. But they're not capable of feeling that because all they could see is white male, patriarchy, evil, conqueror, colonist. We must destroy him. No?
Oh God, if I hear about colonization one more time in 2025, please.
I mean, it happened. It did
One
happen.
day, yes, it did happen.
It did happen.
It did happen.
So yeah, so it's I don't know. It's do I care about this casting? Does it affect me in any way? No, because I'm not even like a huge Harry Potter fan, but also at the same time, it's like what it just seems like you know what? We're gonna put this square peg in this round hole one more time, and we're gonna make everybody say it's okay, because if you don't say it's okay, then you're not okay.
Yeah.
What do you think the chances are all the three leads, the kids, are going to be white?
That, I mean, so I don't care necessarily as much about some of the kids. Like, I feel like you don't touch Ronald Weasley because everyone's always going after the gingers. There's a complete total ginger side in Hollywood, in an entertainment on the gingers. Leave the gingers alone. We must save Eric. Savage. We must save Savage.
I'm nowhere close to Hollywood anymore, so I'm fine.
No, but still, we have to keep Savage safe, keep the gingers safe. So, I mean, and then Harry Potter is already so established visually. And it's like, so Hermione, I can never say her name,
Hermione?
But at the same time, it's like, again, these are already so well-established characters. The art is already so well-established. The actors, you know, so it's like, just you're in that world. If you want something new, if you want to have, like, this is the thing that I find so lazy and so. If you want to have like a different like group of people that are from different, you know, backgrounds, or make something new, make a new character, extend the universe, do something new, do something different, then bring that character in and write something around them that where it makes sense. The lore's cool. They're a cool character. They're unique. They're their own character. Instead of just being like, I'm lazy and we want diversity, and then we'll just be like, well, people are, you know, like, what? No, come on, right? Am I wrong?
My issue isn't the diversity. It's I can't stand change. Don't change anything. just keep things the way they are. That's my main issue.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, that too. That's yes, exactly.
I don't have a problem with diversity. I just don't like change.
Stop changing everything.
It does make sense.
Well, we have to do something to change because Alan Rickman is dead.
Oof.
And towards the end, he was getting a bit puffy.
He was getting a little puffy.
You know?
He's so good, man. Some of his other films, his random other roles, he was fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
You'd be watching a movie, and I mean, whether it's like some random like foreign film or something like that, and all of a sudden Alan Rickman would just pop up as a character, and you're like, whoa, what? And just steals the show because you're like, oh my goodness, is that Alan Rickman?
I have a major problem with diversity. Hello, major problem with diversity.
Hello, major problem.
And then I think
what's your vector, Victor?
I saw something. Where was it? The Quiet Part said something. Oh, he said gingers are soulless.
Yeah,
this is true, but we still must protect them because they are an endangered species. We should colonize Britain. I agree. We should colonize Britain. We should annex them, but first we annex Canada. That is the very first thing that we must do. I went on a rant about this last week, Michael. I am a firm believer in annexing Canada, but let's stay on topic. Alan Rickman is amazing.
I think I'm like buffering or something.
Yeah, we're hearing you all right. Your
Yeah, you're
your image is buffering a little, but you're sounding just fine.
Okay.
You sound great. You look like shit.
You look. Oh, and we must
That
say
should be.
you look fantastic in that Salty and Savage
I know.
Make America 80s Again shirt.
Did you guys see the shirt? You could buy one of these shirts. Look how good it looks on Michael Ferraro.
It's an
I'm
incredible
trying-
shirt.
I wish I could lift it up, but I'm out of sync here. But
You're fine, dude.
hopefully at some
It
point
is
you guys see it.
there. It is there. You guys should get it.
That's
It is
all right.
an
I'm gonna
amazing shirt. Look how good it looks on him.
I'm gonna find it. Look at this shirt. He got it in probably a solid black. Cut the sleeves off, which makes it look super 80s and awesome. Like, get out of here. That shirt is tits.
Yes, it is. You should get one, guys, because it's
Tits.
awesome.
You should get it, guys.
What up, King Yeti?
Oh, King Yeti in the house.
Does the shirt come with free shipping to us? Nothing comes with free shipping to Australia,
Dude,
because you
shipping-
guys are in the butt crack of nowhere, and it's expensive
Dude,
to ship there. So
we
deal with it.
gotta strap it to the back of a dingo and send it into the water.
It is TeePublic, so I don't know if they have a printer in Australia that they could just ship locally, because
That's actually a valid point. Like, they are
Yeah.
a big company. It's entirely possible.
So maybe you should just check and see, dude. Okay. Okay.
Oh, so yeah, so it's I don't know.
Nice.
Again, it's not oh yeah, very nice. It's not affecting me in any way, shape, or form, but the fans are fairly outraged, and it's just another, like Salty said, if you really are like, what we have to have a character that's like this and like that. Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Why don't you write it?
Yeah.
Why don't you write that?
There's
character?
nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially in a fictional world like Harry Potter. I mean, you could have that character be literally anything, from a villain to a good guy to one of the students to like anything, and be really, really cool and unique, and be just as like, important or as cool as Snape and all the other cool characters like Sirius Black and stuff. I don't know, get creative, but you can't, because you picked something that's already created. And that's the thing. I think the real issue that I have is, like, you're playing in a world that's already been established visually. It's been established through art that in the books, actual books, and through the descriptions of the writer. You're locked in, dude. Just honor the fiction. And if you don't like it, make something on your own, you freaking parasite a-hole. Pisses me off.
How would you guys feel about Adam Driver in that role?
I think Adam Driver would piss off all the right people, because they'd be like, he's not British. He's not British.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
And Adam Driver, he's so. I mean,
I think he actually would be good, because he does the angsty, emo-y thing pretty well. And a younger Snape, I would assume, would be kind of angsty and listening to Bauhaus and being like, you don't understand me.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's an excellent shout, and I would normally say, like, absolutely, but we actually tonight have a top 5 list of the actors or people that should have been cast.
The people that should have been cast, the people that would have been a better choice than this guy.
Better
than
choices.
this guy, okay? And this one is in honor of our guest, Michael Ferraro. And you'll see why, because there's a theme.
Nice.
There's a thing. But also, have we really shown any of Michael's stuff? Michael, do you mind if we just bring up your Instagram or anything?
Wait,
real quick?
no, hold on. I have his.
You got a video?
I have his video. One of his
Let's do
reviews. Is this? Where is it? Where? Yes. Let's get this full screen. We got some, and it's got some of his art. Sorry, you caught me off guard.
That's all right. I'm just trying to keep this show lively, man. People are falling asleep. Look out.
No, they're not.
Nah,
So
well,
awesome.
maybe they're. Ploop. Whoa.
Hey guys, all right. Back here tonight talking.
Is it a little loud? Do I
It's
need
a
to
little
turn it
loud.
down?
Turn it down just a little. Yeah.
It's a little loud. You're so loud.
Yeah. That's good.
Indie comics / indie music. Tonight's focus is on Norrin Rad 2 Turbo. And as a big Street Fighter fan and old school Marvel Comics fan, I very much enjoy that name. So yeah, one of my recent vids, I highlighted a bunch of creators in the indie comic space that aren't necessarily indie comic creators, or at least not yet.
I'm gonna scrub ahead a little bit. 'Cause
They
it's a lot. Ooh, it's
they
5
are
minutes.
included. I make these review vids, sketches, and I'm working on my first indie comic that I'm looking to launch in the upcoming months. So yeah, I had seen Norin Rad in the indie comic space on Twitter/X, and then I saw him in comic streams as a moderator. I feel like more than one. I can't think of the others offhand. Maybe Katie did.
I love
but
the
definitely
Misfits shirt.
He's a moderator in Ethan Van Sciver's stream. So as it often goes, we ended up following each other at some point on Twitter/X. I saw in his pinned tweet that he's a musician, and he was highlighting his recent album, 8-Bit Girlfriend, which on the title alone had me intrigued. I either listened to a whole song or part of a song, sounded great. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy this whole album, support this fella, and I love the whole thing. It's great. It's like synthwave, retrowave, great sounds, great melodies that I was really impressed with. And that's the kind of music that I mostly listen to when I'm drawing. It's just so perfect for that. So yeah, it's gonna be cool that like whenever some of you read my comic, you'll know that some of that was created while Norin's rad music was blaring. So yeah, as some of you know, with these vids, I have what I call like a mid vid, where if it's a comic, I'll highlight, you'll see me turning the pages, commenting on the art and writing and stuff. For this, I wasn't sure how I was going to share his music with you guys. So I figured, you know what, let me grab some of my art pieces and have some of his or parts of his songs playing over some of the pieces, and that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, let's have a listen and a look.
So you do this like, is that you? Is that a self-insert?
That is a self-insert, but it's based on me and when I was in my 20s, and he's an idiot, so it's not like a cool self-insert or like heroic, you know what I mean?
There's not any adult stuff in here. I don't want to get.
Oh, no, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Just girls in bikinis, hot chicks in their bathing suits. That's pretty cool music.
That's right.
All right.
Freaking awesome.
So you guys could check that channel out. He does a lot of reviews. Someone was saying he doesn't know what to do with his hands, like Ricky Bobby. That's the part that I love, though, because it's like, I mean,
I'm a mess.
I think that's part of the
it.
charm. I think that's part of the charm of the review.
You're into it,
And I'm
bro.
Italian.
And I like it. I like it a lot.
That's
so,
for sure.
and I dig that music. I mean, that's some pretty cool. I love new wave. I love synthwave, especially the newer synthwave music. So for sure, yeah. So if you guys want to check that out, should we do our top 5?
We should probably do, because it corresponds with what we were discussing. So I feel like hold on.
You feel like a natural woman?
I feel like a natural woman who should do this.
It feels.
Top
all right. So
5.
what is our top 5?
Top 5 better choices for Severus Snape.
Better choices. Better choices. They might not be the best choices, but they're still better than what's been done.
In fact, they are most likely not the best choices.
Oh, not at all.
But they're
not at all
better
but they're
choice.
better. All right, number 5.
Number 5 coming in hot. Are you
Coming
ready?
in hot.
One of our faves. We actually talked about him just earlier, just a little bit.
Yeah. Number 5.
Number 5.
Glenn Danzig. Oh wait, I gotta share my screen.
Danzig.
I'm so stupid, dude.
You are stupid.
Sorry, guy. Where is it? Glenn Danzig. Boom, right there. So a funny story about Glenn Danzig. There was one time I was partying really hard in Hollywood because I was a club kid and we did a lot of clubbing back in the day. And I could not drive home because I was partying hard. And so I crashed at my buddy's house in I want to say he was like in Los Feliz. I can't really remember. It was like the Silver Lake, Los Feliz like area where you kind of like don't know which was which because it's in the hills, the Los Angeles hills near Dodger Stadium. And it was like 6 a.m. And you know, like when you've drank too much and you got so much sugar in your blood, but then you're sober and you're hungover and you can't go back to sleep and you're hot because it's hot and they didn't have air conditioning. So you're like, I'm just going to go home. I'm just going to go home because I want my bed. So I get up. And I'm like, just like makeup in my eyes. I'm hungover. And I look and I see as I'm getting into my car right across the street from my buddy's house is Glenn Danzig in a terry cloth bathrobe, open in his boxers, taking out the garbage. Or I think he was either taking it in or taking it out.
Glenn Danzig takes
and I'm
the
all
garbage
like,
in.
that's Glenn Danzig. And then so I like my buddy was still
Amazing.
asleep, so I went home. And then that evening or later that afternoon, I called him up and I was like, dude, does Glenn Danzig live across the street from you? He's like, yeah. And I was like, I saw him taking out the garbage, man. So anyways, random Hollywood story.
That's awesome.
Yes, Andrew.
Love that.
I was wiping the makeup from my eyes because back in the day, I used to wear full on glam rock makeup because I was like a clubber. I don't know, dude. Glam rock, man. You know, I would go out and I'd club and I'd put on the guy liner. We called it guy liner, not eyeliner. Or the makeup.
We did. All right. So Glenn Danzig is number 5 on the top 5. Better choices for Severus Snape than the
choices.
And the very handsome, accomplished actor who they chose, who's just not the right choice.
Perfectly fine actor. I'm sure he'd be great at other things.
It's just it just seems weird. It just seems weird that you would do that. But it's fine. But it's fine.
Yeah.
But here's that was top 5. Glenn Danzig. Number 4.
Number 4. Rick Ocasek.
Rick Ocasek.
Oh,
Because
wow.
look, hooked nose, sallow skin, short black hair, but she could put a wig on him or it'd be like grow your hair out. And I'm sure it would be greasy and long.
Now, of course, he's super old right now, but this is not necessarily a realistic list in the first place.
Let me tell you something, Chris Noski, the Quiet Part podcast. I was never emo. It was always glam rock. It was always new wave. It was always dark wave. A little bit of goth, but never was it emo. That is
Glam
offensive.
rock guys do not cry.
No, man. We rock and roll, brother. There ain't no like, my emotions. Get out of here. Drinking, partying, and having a good time.
Yeah, my emotions are Jack Daniels and cigarettes.
Dude. Like, come on. So emo. We're in a fight right now, Noski. You and me.
We're in a fight right now. All right, so that's number 4 on the top 5 better choices for Severus Snape. So that was number 4, Mr. Rick Ocasek.
Number 3.
Mark.
Homosexualist, Mark Allman.
Does anybody else know who this guy is?
He sang,
I was going
Whoa, Tainted Love.
Well, yeah, I know, but did anybody know who he was off the top of their head?
Does no one know? He was the lead singer of Soft Cell. They did Tainted Love. I don't know what else songs they did.
He was a homosexualist then.
Yes, very, very, very much so. Very much so. Yes. I don't know. So far, Michael, how are you feeling about it? Are you seeing the theme yet? Are you seeing the theme?
I'm loving the theme.
All right. That's what I'm talking. He does. And I mean, when we're talking about Mark, I mean, look at the makeup. I mean,
look at the makeup.
It's on point.
Hook nose, sallow skin.
Black hair.
We're at least in the realm of the description of Severus Snape. So Jim tells you, so just musicians. I don't know. Keep watching. But you know what? It's better people than what they have right now.
They're better choices. So number 3, Mark Almond. not to be confused.
Wait, hold on. Mark Almond, who sang "Taint of Love."
Taint of Love. Yes, I'm surprised that Uncapped was the one that remembered that. Taint of Love.
James Wilson. No, Robert Smith is not on this list. But at number 2.
But at number 2,
we have Fat Robert Smith. We
Poor
have
Robert.
Fat Robert Smith. So Fat Robert Smith, fat old Robert Smith, still a better choice than Papua New Guinea guy, whatever his name is.
It's so messed, and I love that he guessed it right before it came up.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my, it's so good,
Is Meatloaf on this? Is Meatloaf on the list?
dude. Oh,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Could be.
Meatloaf doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, Meatloaf died.
He died. He died, unfortunately.
But so did Rick Ocasek.
But so did Rick Ocasek. Well, yeah, okay, never mind. All right, so Fat Robert Smith.
One
Hey,
left, guys.
we love you, Robert. All right.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Oh wait, we got guesses. What do we got? Who do you guys think?
Ooh.
Andrew Campbell says Marilyn Manson.
It's an excellent guess. He was nominated for the list.
Ozzy Osbourne
Also
considered.
also considered.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to pick this one.
I don't think you'll be able to pick this one.
Do you have any guesses, Michael?
I'm sitting here stumped.
Stumped. All right. Okay. Could it be Trent Reznor? Maybe. I don't know. All right. Number 1. You guys ready?
Number 1. Are you ready?
Ashley Simpson before her nose job.
Before nose job.
Right? I mean, if you guys want to be politically correct, recast so that it's more woke and it fits the DI
Make her a
model
chick.
that you're going for.
Make her a chick and make it lame.
Make her a chick, make it lame. Ashley Simpson before her nose job.
Boom, boom, and it's
Trans guy.
you can still call her
Yeah.
you can still call her Severus.
Yep. Unisex name.
Totally fine.
Totally fine. Some of the emotions and the emo actions will make a lot more sense.
Speaking of emo,
You know, I know a lot about it apparently. You know, back in the day when I wore eyeshadow.
just you shut your mouth.
Yeah. Call her Severed It Snape.
Severed it, Snape.
That
not
could work.
Not bad. I knew there was a joke in there
Yep.
somewhere.
There it is.
Quiet part showed up with the joke. Thank you, Joe. Oh man, I looked and all of a sudden there's 49 new comments. Jeez,
Oh,
you guys have
yeah.
been crushing it.
Bonus a ginger guy. Dude, so the other list that we were thinking about doing was all gingers.
Yeah, that's what we were.
Because we thought that was funny too. But then when we thought Ashley Simpson as number 1, Ashley Simpson as number 1, I just thought that was hilarious. I don't care what anyone else said. I cried laughing.
I think it's pretty funny.
At this list.
I think it's pretty funny.
So yeah.
So Ashley Simpson tops the list of the top 5 better choices, the Salty and Savage top 5 better choices for a Severus Snape.
I love
All
that
right.
I was present for that list.
And you could have been on it, young man.
Could have been on it, but you're not famous enough.
Although I would say you're also probably a little too edgy, a little too
cool.
a little too cool. Yeah, a
Yeah,
little too cool.
not awkward enough. Although you would have fit with the theme because he did play at CBGB's in New York because he
That's
is a
right.
musician and an artist and a reviewer now. So yeah, check it out again. Check
Guys,
it out.
this video is driving me insane. Is there a way, like, if I jump out and come back in, you think it'll be better?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'll
Pop
probably
back out.
refresh. Go right ahead, bud. We'll be right
Hop
here.
back out.
Cool.
Hop back in. Hop back out. Hop back in. He's light skinned enough. Is that a comment on race?
I don't understand. Was race an issue?
No, it's not really.
Dude. So can we just bring up real quick? You had a candle earlier in your room.
Candle. Yeah.
It's a very large candle.
It's really big.
And when you picked it up, I was like, wow, it's a big candle. And you're like, yeah,
It's giant.
It's a Costco candle. You have a Kirkland signature candle.
Is it
it's
a
like
Kirkland?
it's like a 1 gallon candle.
Dude, this thing's so.
Look at it. It's like
big,
you could plant a small tree in there. What the?
It's called Sand and Fog Feu de Bois. Feu de Bois?
Oh, Feu de Bois.
Feu de Bois? I don't
de
speak
Bois.
French because screw the French. The only thing the French ever gave us was frogs, and I don't even like it.
Dude, the cheese though. Oh,
No, I don't. I'd rather have my cheese from California.
the wine though.
What is that? Are you clipping your nails? Don't
Oh,
do
sorry.
that.
Nope, no, not clip my nails. I just was flipping.
Why were you bringing up my candle? I
'Cause
like it to smell nice in here.
No, that's fine. I just thought it was fascinating because I wanted people to see that you had like a gallon candle.
Oh, look
like,
how big that
it's
thing
going to be like 4 years before
Dude.
it goes.
It's gonna be. It's like at the top. It's so big. It's got 4 wicks, but it's so nice.
Candles and makeup. I don't know who this salty is.
Yeah,
Says
dude,
Andrew
I don't
Carroll.
care, bro. I'm 100% comfortable with my my sexuality. Totally 100% comfortable.
My
with it.
whole.
Don't give a
I
shit.
mean,
Don't give a crap, dude. I
I
like
think,
fancy foods. I like fancy cars. I like fancy women, and I like fancy candles. And I used to wear makeup until I lost my hair, and it was just weird after that.
okay, all right. It looks like Michael Ferraro, our guest, is having a little issue logging in. He's probably doing a reboot or something like that. Not a problem though. Not a problem.
Good.
Dude, I got a question for you. So
Yeah.
recently a news story has been popping up. Obviously, the prices of things like dairy goods and whatnot are through the roof. And they kind of just keep going up with various threats that have nothing to do with those particular markets, as they do. And there's like, oh, eggs are now more expensive. Obviously, there was an issue with the eggs specifically, but things like eggs, milk, and bread.
Yeah.
Some states in the union are talking about removing the taxes from those items
Yeah.
in order to make.
Oh,
them
are you gonna
cheaper
make me
for the
go
consumer.
off on a rant on taxes?
Oh, that's exactly what I was doing. I was
Are
like,
you trying to get me? Okay, so the number one thing that the Republicans have to do, and if they don't, I will forever hate the Republicans because I already hate the Republicans. So like, make me hate you less. Is number one, you have to get rid of income tax. Like I'm all about the tariffs. Like let's tariff the hell out of Canada. Let's tariff the hell out of Mexico. Let's tariff the hell out of China. I'm not one of these faux libertarians like Eric July or whatever that's economically illiterate and doesn't understand how like you actually do need taxes. But maybe your government doesn't. You need to remove income tax. Period. Just completely gone. Income tax is slavery. You tax someone's labor. It doesn't matter how much they make, Elizabeth Warren, you stupid freaking slavery piece of crap. You eliminate income tax. Period. The end. I don't care if someone's rich. Get over it, you envious a-hole. It's none of your business how much someone makes. You do not tax income. The end. What you might want is you might want a fair tax. That fair tax should not be over 10%, and it could be on consumed goods. So that stupid poor people that want an Xbox and a BMW pay a higher tax, and rich people, when they buy their yacht, pay a friggin' tax. Because I'll tell you right now, rich people don't pay income tax. They have 4 things they do. They create a foundation that's charity. They create a what is it called? We have one where you do, what's it called? A trust. You have a trust. You have your company that's like an LLC or a Chapter S, and then you have like another company, and you basically what you do is you launder money between those businesses, so you never pay income tax. The Clintons don't pay income tax. It's the Clinton Foundation that they live off of you like a freaking parasite. So you have fair tax, 8% tax.
Kardashians do the same thing.
And then you don't tax raw foods like milk, eggs.
That's what I was getting
should
at.
not be taxed at all. There should be no sales tax on raw foods. Tax the crap out of Doritos, tax the crap out of fast food, tax the crap out of processed food, raw foods, water, and then medical care. You don't tax medical care, medicines, all that, no taxes. And if you can't function a government that should be part-time, not full-time off of that, you need to learn how to do things better, you pieces of shit in the government.
Oh, guess who's back? Back again. Gnarly Comics. Just missed a salty rant. That's all right.
Anyway, and that's been my rant on taxes. I'm very passionate about it.
And that was my rant on taxes.
Stupid a-holes taxing income. That's called slavery.
Well, what's up, buddy? Welcome back, Michael.
Ryan, video is still weird. I don't know what's going on here.
I wouldn't worry too much about the video. You can either just put up your icon or just like let it do its thing and not, not focus. Your audio sounds just fine.
We're running a busted show here anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, we're running on 2 flat tires. It's fine.
Always, man.
And
we're driving a motorcycle.
Yeah, and we're driving a unicycle. So that was just, I was just deciding to bring up something to make Salty rant about taxes. It's hilarious. Yeah. But dude, Gene Hackman from last week, we were a week late on Gene Hackman, but now we're a week late on what they actually discovered.
Oh yeah,
dude. So okay,
have you heard about this, Michael? Gene Hackman, right? He died.
I did hear about this.
He died to death.
Super mysterious. They show up. Him and his wife and their dog are all dead. They have a couple of the dogs that were fine, but it was like, how did they die? How did they die? So toxicology reports and everything came back. So she had hantavirus. Now, a hantavirus is what you get from like deer mice feces or mouse feces or rat feces.
So she was eating poop.
It's usually mostly when an outbreak happens, it's usually in a southwestern state where it's very dry and there's lots of rodents and whatnot. So it gets into the air more easily. Apparently,
Vaughn says it's a virus that haunts you.
It's a haunt.
Vaughn, our guest from last week. If you guys didn't see, you should check it out, and you should check out Vaughn's Haunted Castle on the YouTubes. We love Vaughn. We're having him back very soon because he's
thanks for being on, Vaughn.
I'm actually working on a comic book character cover trading card piece of art for him right now, and I'm having fun drawing it. Let me tell you.
Hell yeah.
That's rad. So hantavirus, she dies. The wife dies of hantavirus, even though she's like in the bathroom or in the tub or something like that. That's apparently what caused her death was hantavirus. Yeah. So then he died from heart disease or whatever. So they didn't say necessarily he had a heart attack.
Later.
They said roughly a week later from their estimate. So he also, what they were trying to probably why they kept him at home and why they lived so, like recluse and what was because they think that he had Alzheimer's or some sort of dementia.
Yeah.
And it's entirely possible that he had no idea what was going on in the house, was unable to feed himself and take care of himself after a week's period of time. And even if he had found his wife, he probably walked away. And this is like the worst possible thing to think of, that he walked away and then walked through the house and then completely forgot that he had just seen that. And is like, where's my wife? What the heck's going on? Why can't I get some food?
Do you think he like copped a feel, little too soon?
Good
too soon?
God. Dude,
because like for me, like I'm always copping a feel on my wife. My wife is like, she's smack her butt.
She's alive and consenting. She's a wonderful person.
So like that's how I am. So I'm like, imagine like if I had Alzheimer's or dementia, and like I wasn't able to recall that like
plausible deniability.
Oh my God,
it's probably gross. Too soon.
Oh my God,
if my wife was watching right now, she's like, please shut up, stop talking.
Oh my God. The last caress.
That should be a comic book, right? That should be one of Vaughn's comic books. Vaughn, your new comic book idea is like a combination of What Happened to Gene Hackman and Memento.
Oh, he's got to work backwards. Figure it out.
Can't remember that his wife is dead in the next
back in that day one.
It's terrible. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway.
So Gene Hackman follow up, taxes on eggs and milk.
They should that should have already been like an automatic, like a long time ago. There should have been an automatic. I don't know how long ago, and it should just be like a federal thing. Like federally speaking.
Are you talking about the taxes on eggs and milk and bread?
And I mean, I don't know if there's a federal tax on it.
I don't think it's. I think
there's so many taxes I can't keep track anymore.
It's ridiculous. And that's another reason I left California. You know how many tax, dude, stack on stack. Every single time you go to the voting booth, every single time you vote in California, there's another series of, It's not just one. It's another series of things that are on the ballot that are like, oh, look at this good thing that we want to do. All you have to do is it's just going to raise your taxes by 0.01%. And you're like, oh, totally. That's fine. Let's do it. But then you keep doing that year in and year out and year in and year out. And none of the things that you put that tax for, or that they said they were doing the tax for, none of those things actually get done. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
So we got a good question here. It says, "Hey, Salty, Kurt mentioned something about an upcoming novel that is not in the Kelly Turnbull universe. Are you involved in that?" Why? No, I'm not. But because that is a book that I can't talk about, but I know about it. Well, I guess I am involved in it because I'm doing the cover art for it. Oh. But I'm not going to talk about anything else. But it's going to be awesome. However, I don't know if you were here last week, Henry. But, Michael, I have exciting news that I will tell everyone. We have a comic book coming out that I would love everyone to sign up for. Link will be in the chat. This is called The People's Republic Blue Flame. It's a comic book, essentially, think like Punisher meets Fallout. So it's a post-apocalyptic world. It's the United States in a civil war, blue states versus red states, and Kelly Turnbull does like black ops operations behind the blue curtain. So he goes into blue states.
Do they have why do the ops have to be black? Okay.
Because DEI, and if they were white, that would be racist.
If you said white ops, people would be like, that sounds terrible. That sounds like a terrible idea.
So sign up for that. And then I think someone else asked a question. I don't know if they're still here. A guy named Frey. Are you still here, Frey? I'll talk about Sounds Too Good in a little bit, but yeah, so link should be in the chat right there. Sign up for it. It's going to be really, really cool. It's a complete departure from my last comic book, Silence Do Good, where Silence Do Good is like an all ages, it's more cartoon style. This is going to be really dark, really violent, and just nonstop action with a really cool, like, kind of, it's a bit of a thriller, dude. It's going to be good. Henry can tell you how good the novel series is. It's based off a fiction novel series where there's like 8 books in the series, and we're going to start doing graphic novels, hopefully coming out with one a year if this does well. So please sign up, and then when we launch it, please buy one because it'll be dope.
One a year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to have Silence Do Good, and I got all my other stuff. So it's like, there'll be lots of stuff coming from Turkey Robot Comics.
Love it. Turkey Robot. Make sure to check it out.
Dark like the new Snape. No, dark like your freaking soul.
Wait, dark like that? Wait, I missed it. Sorry.
You said dark like the new Snape, and I said no, dark like your soul.
So Salty, I wanted to ask you, Dougal looks great. That is the Ben Franklin in that story?
Oh, okay. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. I'll talk about my comic book. Yeah, so let's pull it up here. Where is it at, dude? Come on.
I love how
I'm not even prepared at all.
I love how he pretends like, oh, I don't even know where my cherished, incredible work right here is. Hold on, it's just lost among all these incredible things.
This is gonna be a dope cover right here.
That's gonna be a super dope cover.
Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna leave that there for you guys to.
I hit up. Michael, you had asked me earlier something about like, my artistic, like where do I fall in the artistic thing? I did draw and like doodle a lot when I was younger. But so I still, I have a love for penmanship and people's ability to just sketch and make something from nothing really, and just out of your brain. And sometimes, some people, it's like kind of the same, it all kind of starts with the same thing and then they build from that. And other people just have the ability they could just see something and then draw it. One of my favorite things of those videos on they're way passe now, but the videos online where some dude like just smears a bunch of paint all over a canvas and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then he flips it over and you're all, holy shit, you did that upside down and it looked, oh my God. But this guy is really
not me. I cannot do that.
This guy's really the artiste.
I'm okay.
Okay, geez.
So is Silence.
So for those that weren't here last week, because I announced this last week, so this is another sign up. We're going to be launching this campaign way sooner than the People's Republic. This campaign is going to be issues 1 through 3. However, we've added 4 new story pages to the front of the book. So this is my first comic book. I always meant for the story to be told this way. I did the issues 1 through 3 because we were trying to get stuff to fans and try to get people interested, try to people engaged, and we feel like we got a lot of people engaged in that, and so. But I always wanted 1 through 3 to basically be one book, but it takes a long time to do a book. So this is like how I actually envisioned the story. We added a bunch of stuff, all new lettering, like talking to sound effects, the whole nine, not like, because I just wanted to get rid of someone else because I do all the lettering. That was a shot at somebody that everyone knows about that knows comics. Anyway, 4 new story pages that are in the front of the book, like they're in the first issue, because I'm telling a better story, because it's my first comic book. So there were certain things that I did that were mistakes, that were just flat out, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was trying to tell the best story that I could. And I got a lot of feedback from several people in Comicsgate that have been in comics for years. And I took that feedback and I applied it to this. Yeah. And so this is really kind of like the best place that the story is in. It's going to be 76 pages of story, a bunch of content in the back. We got new covers. This is the cover from me, cover from Dan Lawless. Got a cover from Eric Weathers, and you can see like the artwork has definitely been elevated. Beautiful. So sign up. We're going to launch this very, very soon. And I'm really, really excited about it. And we're going to hit it hard. And I could use all the support, man, because so like you were saying, this is a teenage Ben Franklin. So this is a Ben Franklin before we got to really, it's the Ben Franklin that we don't really get to know about. I'm a big time history buff. My dad is a historian, and he helps me do a lot of the research for the history. So we definitely are grounded in American history, but it's a completely fictional story happening because we want to entertain as well as make people interested in the foundation of the country without boring them with dates and seriousness and blah blah blah. Like, it's all about entertaining it. I love that. The concept is a teenage Ben Franklin who gets kidnapped by time travelers, pulled into a dystopian future, trapped inside a VR program that's run by an artificial intelligence that is essentially trying to take over the world. And it's basically my commentary on what's happening in society, how we're kind of being enslaved through our vices and our appetites, and kind of how big tech companies are kind of trying to lull us into existence of surrendering our free will and our liberty to these oligarchy, terrible people. And Ben Franklin's like, no, this is bullcrap, and I'm going to destroy everyone with lasers and robots.
No, that's great, man. I'm stoked. I can't wait to read it.
And then I'll be sending you a copy so I can get a review where you'll be like, oh yeah, this book is weird. I don't know.
It's a fascinating ride for sure.
That's coming out soon. Hey, what up, B.A. Turner? Man, B.A. Turner, talk about good creative people. Dude, great writer. Great
B.A. Turner.
We got to have him on too, man. We got to have
this guy. Absolutely. We've had some really incredible people, even just popping into the chat just to say hello. We really appreciate it, guys. Thanks much.
Good dude.
He flips it over, and it's your mom.
What was that even a reference? What was that even a reference to? I don't know.
Oh, it was the painting that I was talking about earlier. Oh, it's like, oh my god, I didn't even know it. And it flips it over, and it's like, and it's your mom naked.
All right. We should try to take a break. Do you want to watch the trailer real quick, Michael?
We should definitely take a break.
Watch the trailer real quick.
The Silence Do Good trailer.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, so
too much information.
You got it, buddy.
I'm supposed to be getting a new trailer soon. Vaughn, uncapped turtle,
uncapped Vaughn,
uncapped Vaun. No, I'm just kidding. All right,
love you guys. You gonna play a trailer? I'm gonna play a trailer. I got it.
You got it? Okay,
I got it. Well, you got a minute and 12. Let's do this.
Let's do it. I made it in time. We got.
I made it just in time.
Dude, your art slays, man.
And honestly, that's the old artwork. The artwork's been updated. A lot of the artwork's been updated. A lot of those panels have been updated. And the new trailer will definitely highlight all that. And then again, 4 new story pages to just make the story better, you know. And that's been.
And then eventually, of course, we're going to turn it into an animated series that I'm one of the voices of. I mean, come on.
Of course.
Dude, I thought like it would really work well as an animated series.
It actually started as an animated series.
It'd actually be brilliant as an animated series, wouldn't it?
It started as an animated series, actually. We had actually developed it as an animated series, a 22-minute animated series. And we actually had it picked up by a studio in Hollywood that we were working on getting a pilot for. And that studio was ran out of the money and was out of business. And so we weren't...
and they wanted to make him Haitian.
What's going on?
I'm getting a water.
Oh, you're getting a freshie?
You know what time it is?
Yeah.
You know what time it is? What time is it?
Yeah, dude, it's
they changed everything in StreamYard, and it's super annoying, man.
Oh, you're looking for the
freaking what time is it?
Oh my god, where is it?
Dude, they moved everything around. We're so terrible. I'm so irritated right now. You know what?
Just say no.
Whiskey? 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 Whiskey?
Just so you know, worked on me for a while.
Dude, are you a child of the 80s? Are you a Gen Xer child of the 80s?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in the 80s, they just tried to scare the shit out of you with drugs, being molested, like just everything.
And now, you know, members of our, you know, government just and famous people just do it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they always were.
Yeah. Secret.
Yeah, no, being a kid of the 80s, it was like David Fauci scared the crap out of you that you were going to get AIDS from taking a poo on the public toilet.
You don't want to, you don't want to sit on another toilet.
That you could get addicted just by smelling marijuana. What else? That you were going to drown in quicksand. Okay, you're going to drown in quicksand very quickly.
That's going to happen.
And that at any moment a van would pull up and kidnap you.
Dude, aside from like 100%, a blue van will totally like take you and murder you.
Yeah.
The quicksand thing, according to every like cartoon and Western, and it was just like it was like quicksand is going to be a thing when we're adults, guys. We better prepare for this.
Africanized killer bee, Africanized honeybees. Remember, because they're like killer bees. They're coming from South America, and they're
it's so great. They're coming from South America, but they're Africanized. They're like
Africanized. Wait, what?
Like, wait, what does that mean? Well, they're killer bees. So wait a minute.
And they're mixing with honeybees, and they're all gonna murder us. And then now we're like, we must save the bees. The bees are dying. We must save the bees. The bees are dying.
And there were like 6 stories, and it was like, oh, the Africanized killer bees strike again.
Yeah.
Like, did they?
So now I'm just like, I'm jaded, Michael. I'm like, okay, Dr. Fauci, I didn't buy your COVID nonsense because I knew you were lying in the 80s. I took a lot of poos on public toilets, and I never once got AIDS. Okay?
Dude, when I became a teen, like in the 90s, and started like messing around with girls, I thought I got AIDS like every other day. I thought, now I have AIDS. It could have been a hickey on my neck.
You're like, I have AIDS.
Oh,
the hickey was AIDS.
The hickey was the AIDS.
Yeah.
Ironically, the hickey was like, now the kids would be like, dude, hickeys are AIDS.
Yeah, it was all a lie. It was all a lie. Every single thing was a lie.
So, dude, I absolutely, I'm not gonna lie. You're the first person I've seen wearing the independently wearing the Make America 80s Again shirt, and I could not. It's the greatest. We need photos. Get someone who knows how to take a photograph to take photos of you in that shirt, just like looking badass, maybe with your guitar or something like that. You are our new model for that shirt.
I love it. Or is he just? sucker.
Or is he just Jesus? You don't say the quiet part out loud. Oh wait,
wait. On the Quiet Part Out Loud podcast, you do.
Oh, so funny.
Okay,
so fucking funny. Dude.
All right, so I wanted to talk to Michael about, and also, for those that don't know, there's a comic book creator named Ethan Van Sciver. Probably a lot of people that are in the chat know who that person is. He is the writer, artist, creator of a comic book. I'm gonna get a good cover here that's not chromium because my lights will. Called Cyberfrog.
Oh, it's so cool.
You got to do a review of this, dude. So I have like lots of Cyberfrog comics because I like Cyberfrog. And he has a campaign. I just wanted to talk about it quickly, because he just passed a big milestone. But he's going for more. He's going the distance. So today he crossed over to the 800. Oh, he's at $801,000. And so for all you comic book fans, like, you know, Henry out there, Henry watching, if you haven't heard about Ethan Van Sciver, he's got this comic book called Cyberfrog. It's like probably the best indie comic in the space right now. He's super base dude, non-crazy. He's not a crazy person. He's not a leftist. Like me, he got canceled right out of his industry. Like I got canceled out of Hollywood. He got canceled out of comics because he thought it would be cool to wear a Trump hat, and they were like, "You're done. Bye. See you later." Savage knows how it is when you don't walk the line, when you don't look a certain way, you get bounced out, man. You get bounced out. So he decided to do his own thing, and he's got this great comic book, man. And like normally we promote like smaller channels, smaller creators, Michael, but you know, he's been great to me. He's been great to us. He's really helped with Silence Do Good. So I'm like, guys, please consider like checking out the book. If you haven't checked out Cyberfrog yet, please think about getting it. He's got a lot of different levels. You can get it all.
He's obviously very good at what he does. People are
so
supporting him for a reason.
Yeah.
And I've seen, I'm not a massive, it wasn't until, Salty turned me on to the Cyberfrog stuff that I see anything of it. And the artwork alone is just incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. It's so, you're like, what am I even looking? It's just crazy. It's awesome. In fact, I'm just like continuing, just going through my Rolodex of words to just exemplify this.
I had read Blood, Honey, and Wreck Planet before I started really doing reviews. So when I saw him pushing the chromium, because I had given I got my brother into Cyberfrog. He got warts and all, everything. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get that chromium again and do a review on that, both the comic and just to convince people to buy physical comics because it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's beautifully illustrated. It's really cool. It's got a really cool story. It's definitely got some. I always like when I can read a creative person's politics that align with mine. I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a narcissist. So like, I like to, and you could definitely see some of his politics coming out, which I appreciate, but he does it in a way where it's really entertaining. And even if I did disagree with them, I don't think I would be that annoyed because it's just a really good, fascinating story. But I can see it. I can see those political undertones. Because in Silence Do Good, there's definitely political undertones too. So I definitely appreciate it. But it's also that age-old like story of good versus evil, of people that are like, their Vespers are these like beehive wasp like evil aliens that talk
speak
and
like
stuff.
SJWs.
They're basically, they speak like SJWs and they suck blood. So there's obviously some alliteration there where they're basically parasites. And they've taken over the planet. And Cyberfrog is this hero that's struggling with his strength. He got disconnected from his power source, and so he's trying to have to solve problems without being able to connect to his power source and be able to download because he's a Cyberman, cybernetics frog. It's super cool, dude. It's really fun.
We got a train coming.
Train's coming.
Are you ready for it? You want to hear it? Let's see. It sounded like he's. Nope. Oh man.
But I wanted to watch the trailer.
Let's do it. Let's play the trailer for it. That's racist.
They say free when you're singled out.
cool.
Dude, I
I
love
had
that
done-
trailer.
I had done a video review on the Heather Swain figure, and for a companion sketch, I drew Cyberfrog and Heather Swain as like super manga because
Nice.
Ethan
And he
like,
loves
hates manga.
He loves the manga, right? The manga.
So
I
I'm
always called
gonna-
it manga because I'm retarded.
Oh, I
yeah,
I
he
did that
loves
most of my life. I'm
he-
actually ashamed that I'm saying manga. Just like Ryu from Street Fighter is not Ryu, he's Ryu.
Yeah. Yeah, come on. What? I'm not pronouncing crap correctly. I'm pronouncing it English.
Exactly. This is America, damn it. But yeah, I'm gonna when I do the Cyberfrog 2 review, I'm gonna do the same thing, just manga style, Heather and Cyberfrog, and we'll just have to deal with it.
Deal with it. I mean, I think the thing that I used to like manga a lot when I was young, like when I was a kid. And I love because I loved anime. I mean, I was really big into anime. I mean, I loved Ninja Scroll and Vampire Hunter D and Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Bloodlust was better than the first one. And Ghost in the Shell.
Oh hell yeah.
But so I liked manga characters and I love Dragon Ball Z. So I thought I liked manga because I was like, oh, I love anime. And then when I started reading manga, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't read this stuff. It sucks. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like it.
I obviously love Western comics. It's really the style of manga that really is like the main thing for me. Like, yeah, like story wise and obviously dialogue wise, I prefer Western because I mean obviously and that's what I'm writing. But I hear you.
Like I feel like every manga I read is just reads like Akira, like watching Akira, and Akira is a completely overrated anime. The visuals are amazing. I mean, the animation is spectacular and breathtaking, but the story is absolute crap. At least the story translated from Japanese to English is just absolute trash. It's cheesy. It makes no sense unless I'm stupid and I just don't get it, which is fair. But when I read manga, I'm like, this is just another Akira with a nonsensical story with terrible dialogue, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Make something good. But I did like one of the things I did like. I loved Warlands. So Warlands is it Pat Lee? I think it's Pat Lee. Did Warlands? It's like an Image comic back in like the early 2000s. It was very manga inspired. I love that. So it's not the artwork that I hate. It's just I just don't like the writing. I'm just not, And people are like, "You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about."
I mean, I'm kind of. I gotta just admit, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I appreciate the art, but most of it it's just not for me. I just don't necessarily get. There are some of the fundamentals. I mean, Fist of the North Star, and Ghost in the Shell, and I mean, there's a number of stuff that's I'm failing to remember right now, but nonetheless, it's so good, and you can't argue. There's some of that cinema that's just, and even Studio Ghibli, what they've been doing for the last 2-3 decades or whatever it is just, Princess Mononoke and like all that stuff is just incredible cinema. But like the manga itself, I just could never really get into. I was into, what was it, Tekka Man? There was Tekka Man back in the day, and it was like a TV series.
Voltron was dope.
Voltron was dope, but Tekka Man was very much like it was very similar to the another one where the guy got in the suit, but then he got into another suit.
And I talk all this trash. I talk all this trash on manga, and then you see it's like I got the Voltron, I got the Final Fantasy character.
I have some Voltron somewhere, and my He-Man somewhere too. Like we got Voltrons.
I loved Final Fantasy 7.
Like, I am more of a fan of 80s and 90s manga and anime. That is the big distinction. I am nowhere near as stoked on the later stuff where it did seem to get a bit too generic and the eyes too big and the girls too
weird.
Cutesy. Like,
I don't get all the weird girls with their tiny schoolgirl outfits having to kick people, and every other frame is like crotch shot, and she's like,
it got. There's a lot of too cutesy stuff out there.
And then when you got people like Yellow Flash who are like, I love the Holy Con so good, you're just like, okay, dude.
Read about that stuff on Twitter, of course. I was going to say, when you were playing
please
Ethan's
don't
trailer,
get me
like,
into that.
I'm so familiar with that stuff because what I often do is listen to streams while I'm drawing.
Yeah.
So this week, it's been very hard to draw because of the screaming that was occurring.
My gosh.
Holy
Yeah, that was kind of
moly.
crazy. We were going to talk about that today, but I don't think anyone's here that really cares about the drama happening in CG. So maybe we'll just like skip over it because pretty much everyone here is either already familiar with it, unless people are like, talk about it. Let's EFAP it.
Talk about it more.
Talk about it more.
You guys don't know your manga or manga.
Yeah.
Just talk about something that you know.
I got Robotech in the back too. I got
Dude,
some Robotech.
Robotech. That was the one that I was thinking of. Robotech.
You guys are anime fans.
So, I loved anime when I was a kid. I absolutely did. And like my favorites, like I have represented that behind me because I'm sorry, I absolutely love Robotech to this day. It's completely, totally terrible. It's a terrible cartoon. It's like a soap opera, but there's nostalgia there with the planes, man. Like it was, and when I was in like junior high school, I played a Robotech role playing game that was a dice game that was by Palladium Books. So it was very much like D&D, but it was Robotech, and I played that like all the time, and I absolutely loved it.
It's awesome.
So like my buddy actually. He's one of the managers. He manages Harmony. He's one of the managers at Harmony Gold.
He's Robotech's manager.
No, he manages the proproperty. So he manages the IP.
Really?
Yeah, and so he like deals with all the toys and goes to all the cons and all that stuff. So I got to hook up there and whatever, you know. So which is cool because I absolutely love it.
Fucking damn cool.
There's any Transformers out back? There's always Transformers out back, bro. It's America. There's always Transformers out back. Just like there's always a Mustang or a Corvette in someone's driveway. And we have Jeeps and we ride skateboards and play hacky sack all the time. Yeah.
Oh, nice. The Dinobots. Yes. The Dinobots were so cool.
Dinobots.
I was very disillusioned when I got older and I started working at Disney at like 18, and I learned. I mean, I think I knew this beforehand, but it was confirmed to me when I started working at Disney at 18 that basically all of my childhood was just watching commercials for toys while eating really sugary cereal that was terrible for me. So that was my life as a child.
It was the cartoon itself. The cartoon itself was an advertisement for the toy because the toy is what they're really selling.
Because I think that is the natural progression to get us to live inside the pods. Which is what my comic book, Silence Too Good, is about, is the people living inside the pods and Ben Franklin saying, what the?
The people in the pods, the people in the pods.
Yeah. All right. What are we talking about next?
Dude, all right. So interesting. No, I love your perspective on something. Just the other day, a man in South Carolina was executed by firing squad.
Oh, did that happen?
It happened.
Do we have a news article? Anything cool to watch? Did they have it on video?
I'm not showing anything.
Oh, okay.
Of course not. But it was a guy, he like murdered his ex-wife's parents or his wife's parents.
What?
And it's just, but he chose, it was like electric chair or firing squad. And he was like, fuck it. Let's firing squad it.
I've
so
never heard of that happening.
So this is the first time in 15 years that someone has been executed by firing squad. So what say you with Salty? I know you are a man of armor.
Oh, you mean the pew-pews?
A man of arms. But you are you understand and respect everything that is around it. But it's just kind of a fascinating, like, and the old school kind of, and the politicizing of it, and everyone are like, well, are we doing this again? Are we doing the article is like, are we doing this again?
Utah started doing it again because in the Mormon doctrine, in order to atone for your sins, you have to have your blood spilt, unless you're like accepted by the temple and like a high up in the temple or whatever. So basically, like if you got convicted of murder, they believe that you would have to atone for your own sins. So and for that to happen, blood has to be spilled. So years ago in Utah, they passed death penalty by firing squad so that you could atone for your own sins, which kind of goes against the Bible. But anyway,
I do have video.
So it's not like it's anything new at all. I do find it interesting though, because it's like it happened in South Carolina, And I think it's kind of cool because I think we should bring it back for all the treason.
I do have NBC News.
Yeah, you heard me right. For all the treason.
Hey, settle down.
Not trees in season, just the treason.
All right, so this is what we got. This is witnesses describe.
Witnesses describe it?
Yeah.
We're not going to see any of it. Yeah.
Well, of course not.
67-year-old Brad Sigmund was legally shot to death.
Yes,
The execution was performed at 6:05.
Picture audio.
The red bullseye target over his heart for a 3-person firing squad.
Target over
He was pronounced dead by a physician at 6:08 p.m.
This is how the convicted murderer chose his own death. Anna Dobbins from NBC.
Oh, he chose it. See, so
was there as a witness.
He's I'm going out with a bang.
See it's like my dad's age. I pictured a young fella.
Entered his body. Sigmund was sentenced to death in 2002 in South Carolina, convicted of murdering his ex-girlfriend's parents, beating them with a baseball.
Wait, hold on. Is what? I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
That's his ex-girlfriend's parents.
This is the parents? Okay.
Yeah,
but like the way they're sitting on this chair or something, like it looks like the arm of the chair, it just looks so odd to me. Okay. No, I was getting the perspective.
The guy's arm does look small.
His final exchange, not with the family in attendance.
Oh, that looks so much better. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
better
It
picture.
looked so weird.
You guys should go with that one.
According
That
to
one's
a
more
witness
sympathetic.
with his attorney.
They were mouthing back and forth to each other, but it looked like he was just saying he was okay.
Death by firing squad is extremely rare in the U.S. This was the first execution of its kind in 15 years. His lawyer said before he died, Sigmund chose fully informed.
He knows it's going to break his bones. He knows it's going to blow his heart apart.
But his choice was to avoid what he called the more painful method of lethal injection.
So Brad had to choose between risking a 20-minute execution while he's strapped to a gurney with his lungs filling with blood or fluid and the firing squad.
Sigmund's final meal, an array of Southern staples, fried chicken, biscuits, and sweet tea.
He made sure to have the sweet tea.
His ex-girlfriend and the daughter of Sigmund's victims absent from the execution, but telling USA Today his death wouldn't bring her closure. Marissa Parra, NBC News.
Okay.
Dang, dude. So they put a target on his heart. Only 3. So I think they used to do 5, or like in other states they've done 5, or the standard used to be 5. And then was it? I can't remember. So was it one guy had a blank? Or was it everyone had a blank but one guy?
No.
Or did they all shoot him?
They mix the bullet. They either mix the bullets up or they pre-load them.
Yeah.
There's something about it. There is one blank, so each firing member has the, you know, that they can in their soul they can say maybe it was me, maybe it was me.
You know, like
maybe I didn't shoot him.
There's a significant difference between the recoil of a blank and the recoil of a regular round. So I'm pretty sure if you've shot a blank before in your life and then you shoot that rifle, you're like, yeah, I was the guy that killed him. But like, here's the thing. I don't know. Michael, could you sleep at night knowing that you shot a guy in the heart as a convicted felon who opted to be executed this way? Would that bother you if you shot him and took his life?
I don't, not offhand. I mean,
I wouldn't feel bad.
Especially considering what he did.
Yeah. I mean, a murderer, like, I might have a little hesitation on a murderer because I'm always about like I think that like capital punishment is, you got to make sure that crap is like legit. Like if there's any doubt, even like the jury didn't have doubt, but there's like DNA evidence out there, I would be very hesitant. Completely, totally. But I still would be fine. Like murderer and child, rapist, totally. I'm sleeping on it. Anything else, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'm not doing that.
You always have to think about if it was your parents. Same with like people that go easy on kids being assaulted.
Yeah.
Like just imagine it's your kid, everyone's opinion's gonna change.
Like if it was a dude that caught his wife cheating on him and he killed the guy and his wife, I'd be like, yo, you know what? I don't think we should do capital punishment on that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and say maybe not give him a pass, but like a little bit of I get it. I get it. Like But yeah, someone's parents, you're like, you got to go, bro. You got to go. You're done.
What do you do? Beat them with a hammer?
Yeah, beat them with a bat or something like that.
Bat, yeah.
Like
bat.
what? Like that's straight up like rage, anger, and you're evil. You got to go. Like you can't be here. You cannot be on planet Earth. You're done. You're done.
Pretty brutal.
But like again, walking on your significant, you're doing something with, because there was a murder,
crime of passion.
There was a murder that happened in the state of Tennessee where a guy walked in on his. The reason why I say this because literally there was a murder in Tennessee that just happened like a couple of weeks ago or a month ago or whatever, and apparently the guy walked in on his wife, who's 30-something-year-old wife having sex with an 18-year-old, and he killed the 18-year-old. And my wife, because she always knows all the true crime, because my wife listens to all that crap, and I'm like, did he kill the wife too? And she's like, no. And I'm like, why not? Like, if you're gonna do it, just do both of them. I'm terrible though. I'm going home. So.
If you're gonna get away with it,
I mean, well, no, he's not getting away with it. But I'm on the jury, and I'm going, even if it was a woman that did it, like whatever, like infidelity, walking in on that, and be like, I'd be like, 5 years. We do it.
Was she a teacher?
I don't know.
Is she a that was the first thing in my head too. I was like,
right?
is she a
Right,
teacher?
because that trend did not exist when I was in high school.
I know, and everyone in high school probably wanted to have.
It didn't exist, but there was like, there were like whispers of it in obviously the music and in movies and whatnot. But then it actually became strangely pervasive in like the late 90s or 2000s or whatever it was. And it was like, whoa, what's going on? Oh, whoa,
dude, what is going on with that? Like there was one in like North Carolina or South Carolina or somewhere. Where he was like old. She looked old. She looked like she was in her 60s and she was hideous. And I'm like, I double punishment for her because that's gross. That's gross. Because I'm terrible again. I mean, I think it's
crimes
bad.
committed there.
Yeah, I think it's bad. Like these women, though, these female teachers get barely anything. Get like 3 years, slap on the wrist, and they keep getting younger and younger, and it's basically like 3 years. And you're like, dude, you're raping kids. What the heck? If it's a dude, they're like, put him away for the rest of his life. But if she's semi-attractive, if she's like halfway attractive, like if she's like a 6 or above, they're like 2 months, 3 months.
And some of them have been hot, I gotta say.
Oh no, I would say gay male teachers, slap on the wrist. Attractive female teachers, slap on the wrist. Creepy guy, I mean they're all creeps, but creepy straight guy, away. And I'm like, put them all away for life. Every single one of them away forever and ever and ever. The end. Right? I'm saying capital punishment. I would straight up even argue, like, depending on how young, straight up firing squad.
Immediately. Now that we're talking about it, you know what? Now that we're talking about it,
but that's not even an option. Like you don't get a choice. You get firing squad and no last meal.
Oh, that's rough. No last meal. Oh,
I never understand the last meal thing because, like, I would just have no appetite.
Yeah, probably not. You probably wouldn't have an appetite.
I know you're like, I'm good.
But just the idea of it is it's ingrained in us that there's, especially if you have a set date of execution, you're like, all right, this is what I'm gonna eat. And we're fascinated by these crazy orders that people have where it's pancakes and pineapple and a gallon of orange juice and a gallon of milk and a gallon. And you're like, sometimes you read the list and you're like, were they just trying to put like a bunch of terrible stuff in them so that when they got electrocuted, like it all like someone was going to have to clean that up? Like, did they plan that out? They're like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to eat a bunch of yogurt and milk. And and then when he gets electrocuted, I don't know. That's weird.
That's
all I know is that
theory I've heard.
All I would think about while I would eat this meal is this is coming out of me. When I die, I'm pooping this out as I die.
Immediately
coming out. So I would probably
idea the lethal injection was so painful.
I didn't know it was. I thought it was supposed to be the most humane. They always said it's the most humane.
Well, here's the thing: is that they don't use like common sense about it. They're like, oh well, we're going to use this drug which causes this, and then this happens, and then it slowly. It's like what? Why aren't you just like overdosing them on heroin or and heroin's almost too good for them, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, just give them like so much morphine or so much of like something that's just gonna like
I personally think that
they're
depending
just
on the
dead. It's just
I
like
think-
there's so many options. There's so many options where you could just make the person dead so quickly, and they're like, no, we're gonna like pay this one pharmaceutical company like a bunch of money to make this terrible drug that hurts people instead.
I personally think
no
that they
idea.
should come up with a punishment that fits the crime.
I mean,
so
they
like
should suffer a little though.
if it's like a murderer, then you do firing squad. If it's like, I don't know, a mass murderer, then you do shoot them in the kneecaps and watch them flounder around in a room while they bleed out. If you do like, anybody that does anything to a child, you lock them in a room with a Bengal tiger. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, and you televise this stuff.
Creative ways.
Like what was the Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like you televise the execution.
Running Man?
Yeah.
The Running Man, yeah.
Right? On Netflix. And then you be like, so this is how we treat horrible criminals, and then watch as hardly anyone wants to do it anymore, because they'll be like, oh, if I get caught, I have to be in a room with a Bengal tiger that hasn't eaten in a week. I'm screwed.
George Carlin had a good bit back in the day where he was like, you know what we need to do? He's like, we got some of these square states. He's like, let's just get everybody out of them. There's not that many people in them anyway. And let's just put a fence around it. And that's where we're going to put all these terrible people. And we're going to let them suck and fuck and bang and shoot and scrub and do just whatever the hell they want to do. Like, have a great time, like, just have a field day. It's so much space and we don't need it. It's terrible. Nobody likes that part of the country anyway. Those people are just pretending they like it.
Yeah, but what would be fun is if they're really bad criminals, then you sell tickets.
And you're televising the whole thing.
No,
100%.
for helicopter ride. No, instead of that, because I don't want them to have any pleasure. I want them to have nothing but fear. So then you like sell helicopter rides where basically like, how you hunt hogs in a helicopter? It's the same thing.
Sure.
It's the same. You just go, got an M20, 240. Oh wait.
That's terrible, but also fascinating.
M249, an M249, just. Oh, you know what would be even better?
That's incredible.
If you set up
That's a pretty
drone,
good sound. That's a pretty good sound
A10 drone, right? They need to do this. They need to make put a robot in the cockpit of an A10 drone. So you make, the warthog, and then you let people fly the warthog, and then just.
It's got the biggest, fastest gun on an airplane.
Dude, you could sell tickets to that.
Hell yeah!
It's insanity, and it does make that sound. If you're like 10,000 feet away from it, it still makes that sound.
It's so great. It's like, I love watching videos of the warthog just like flying, and just you're like, it's coming.
Yikes. The warthog, and no, we're not talking about Ron Jeremy.
I had one of those. I had that G.I. Joe toy. It was like the greatest toy that I ever got, and I cherished it greatly. I had the A10 Warthog G.I. Joe plane, and I freaking loved that thing, dude. It was absolutely the best toy I ever had in my life.
Did you guys know anyone that had the aircraft carrier?
No.
I didn't have it.
I don't think I had the aircraft. No, I know I didn't have the aircraft. I did have Castle Grayskull.
Oh,
I had Snake Mountain.
And I had Snake Mountain.
You had Snake Mountain?
Oh.
And then also that big spider thing that was like kind of associated with Snake Mountain or something. There was a motorized thing. You could click it and it would actually walk on. It was like a big it was like a big version of a spider that was from the Snake Mountain thing.
Yeah.
It was just another thing that they made and sold to me. Or sold to my parents. He sold it to my parents.
I saw it in a cartoon and was Mommy, I want it.
My parents crushed it with the He-Man. It was just absolutely
were you a He-Man
awesome.
guy?
I was totally a He-Man guy.
I was a G.I. Joe guy. What were you, Michael? What were you?
I was Transformers, He-Man, Thundercats.
Ho!
I mean, I had all of those were just like imminently in my domain all the time, but the He-Men were just, the action figures were just unmatched. They were just so good. They were designing them crazy and all the different attachments and the bigger pieces and the whatever. And and they were tough, and you could pop the arm out and pop it back in. It wasn't like something that was like, oh,
They
I
were good
broke it.
toys.
Oh, I broke it. It was a great generation of toys. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
All of those toys, the Voltron toys, they were pretty tough. They were a little more worrisome on some of the leg parts, but nonetheless, they were all great. Thundercat toys, the action figures were a little bigger than the He-Man toys. They were like, fuck He-Man, we're Thundercat.
And the eyes lit up.
Yeah, and they had like, the other, like the swords and stuff were substantial. You're like, geez, I might actually hurt someone with this. Can't take this.
I didn't get any Thundercats. I had a couple of He-Man toys. I had a couple of Transformer toys, but I focused my energy on GI Joes. I absolutely positively love
that checks out. That checks out.
I was like, and then I had them all organized. I was like, the bad guys go in this box, and the good guys go in this box, and the weapons go in these boxes, and
That's amazing.
And the weapons.
Do you remember when they got like really neon, like towards the end?
Yeah, but I was too old. I was too old for those at that point, and was those are not cool anymore.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get comic books.
And then your personality went neon, and then you put makeup on. What's your personality? Neon.
I was doing what worked, okay? And I'll leave it at that.
Hey, we're not faulting you for it. We're just saying it was a thing.
It was like, what's
I remember.
to...
Yeah, I remember it was there was neon for like the bright, hot, like crazy pink neon.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Velcro wallets. I had one. I was like, hell yeah, I got the, whatever it was, like OP or whatever the heck it was. Yeah, I got one of those. Hell yeah.
Pacific.
Dude, remember that stuff? Oh, it was just like the littlest thing, and you're like, oh, I'm so cool right now. I'm so fucking cool right now.
He was a homosexualist then.
In Jersey, OP was like, I felt like I was a cool California kid.
Exactly.
You had one of those slap bracelets, huh? You had one of those slap bracelets.
Dude, I had dozens of slap bracelets.
Like,
I sold slap bracelets to other kids.
Yeah, you did. And you were like, look, we could have
I was
matching
like,
ones.
look, I could make so much milk money and get French bread pizzas at lunch if I just sell you these slap bracelets.
Oh man, seriously. The 80s were an amazing time.
Dude, they were an incredible time.
We want to make America 80s again here, great again. So buy the t-shirt.
Yes.
And while you're thinking about buying the t-shirt, you should buy the Beard Balm.
Double check. It's an incredible, the logo is so dope. The logo is so dope. And
the logo is dope. The sentiment is dope.
And we appreciate Michael wearing it. And what else? Oh, the Beard Balm. Yeah. And also, if you got a beard, Michael, you got a little something going on there?
A little bit.
We need to get you into some of this action. Where's
you gotta get the mustache. You gotta get the mustache.
Here it is. So this is the Larson Bros. I'm not wearing the logo tonight. This is one of my other t-shirts, but this is the River Viking. He looks over the railroad and the river, and it's actually because when I look out my window, there's a railroad track, and then there's the Mississippi River. So that's it's kind of
live off the Mississippi. Now we know where you live.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Pinpoint your
But nonetheless, sweet Beard Balm. I'm using it all day, every day. It is
nice.
It's keeping it looking pretty good.
It looks like it smells good.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, it smells delicious.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting
good.
I just had to make a whole new batch because I'm making a care package for Salty.
I had to cut my beard because you stopped sending it to me, and my beard got bad, and I had to cut it.
It's terrible. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But we got mustache wax now too. So we got the balm scents. We got what do we got? Backwoods, woods, and herbs. They're all fantastic. I appreciate anybody even just checking it out. There's I just took a bunch of photos with axes because that's what I'm about. So that's that. I make a beard balm. Check it out, Larson Bros. It's on Etsy. You'll figure it out.
Michael you have a Redbubble, right? You have a Redbubble.
It sounds like a
Oh,
personal.
yeah,
It was like a
for sure.
personal.
No, not. You know what Redbubble is, dude. Here's his Redbubble. Gnarly Science. I love this logo.
Sorry, dude. It's
Gnarly
so
Science.
good, right?
I love this logo. But you
Thank
like
you,
you're like
thank you.
selling like stickers.
Oh,
What else?
okay.
You got a bunch of stickers. A fun
Dude.
little. And these are all. This is all your original art and all your characters, right?
Yeah, some of those I've done. I did like years ago,
Oh,
but
dude, check this out.
yeah, it's people have bought them. It's cool. Yeah, a decent amount of people bought that one, the Chun-Li and Mega Man. Yeah.
Oh,
That's cool,
dude, that's
dude.
great.
Man.
I
Thank you.
get okay, and they're eating like a mochi or something.
The
Yeah.
bao
A
buns
dump-
or like pork buns.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. In my head, that's a mochi ice cream that they're eating because I love mochi ice cream.
Yeah, for
Very
a second,
similar, yeah.
but nonetheless, yeah, that's so cool. No, I'm
you go.
I'm into it, man. And what do you doing this on? Was your medium previously like paper and pencil and pen and whatever, and
I'll
then
sketch
you moved
it
on to
and
an
then
iPad or
scan it. Like I'll sketch it and then scan it to do digital inking and
Okay.
color.
okay, rad. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for
I like
sharing,
this
guys. I
shirt,
appreciate
dude.
it.
I like this shirt.
Yeah, dude.
I got to update this.
Unisex.
Not unlike my pitiful YouTube.
Unisex. Hey,
Unisex shirt.
it's for everyone.
Mega Man and Chun-Li with her giant thighs.
She does. The,
I remember when I was playing. I got that game and I was playing it, and I was fighting her because I liked E Honda, and my dad's all, Chinese women don't have hips that big, blah, blah, blah. And be like, okay, Dad, it's called a cartoon, and she kicks, so her legs
He's
are
not
strong.
wrong, though.
I know.
Dude, I meant to ask,
ridiculous.
was that your dad in the chat
Yeah.
last week during
Yeah,
the show?
yeah, that was my dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
He loves watching the show. Yeah, my dad actually helps me out on the comic book too, because again, he's a historian, and so he does all the helps me with the research and stuff. And then we write a short story at the end. So we have in the comic book we have like 3 short stories that we've written together about like actual history of Ben Franklin, like the real stuff, not like the Silence Do Good stuff, but the actual real stories. So they're history lessons, but they're written in a way where it's actually like it's a story. It's not just
Dude, that's
in
amazing.
1722
beautiful.
about because history, man, history books are boring, dude. And I love history. Like history to me is it's action and story and adventure. And so I'm like, can we make this fun? Because they didn't make it fun in school.
They didn't make it fun because like all you got to do is just give it some like even just the
Tell the story.
The stuff that they actually had to deal with is some of it's extremely interesting to know. It'd be like, oh yeah, and then someone got scurvy. It's like it is like the Oregon
Someone
Trail,
got
like
scurvy.
or
Someone
like got
died of
dysentery.
dysentery.
Yeah, dysentery every time.
Well, it's like Band of Brothers is one of my all-time favorite miniseries ever, and it's historical. It is a story about men who did that, who were in the 101. And so it's a historical show, but it's super gripping and super entertaining. And I'm like,
Probably one of the best miniseries of all time.
right? Second one, not so good.
Speaking of the devil,
yeah. History is stranger than fiction. It's
says the salty papa. Yes, dude, Michael. I'm not gonna lie. I could not love your vibe of just drinking a bottle of wine straight from the bottle. I could not enjoy that anymore. That is just like that is literally like how I feel on the inside, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that on the outside.
You should.
I don't want people to really know that that's the kind of person I am.
I don't want people to think I'm a wino drug.
I'm not a
No, I
wino.
have to be like my characters. I got my one stoner girl that's always got a bottle of wine. So
okay, fair enough. I love it. Yeah,
life through art.
I'm into it. Yeah, the shirts and everything. Your Redbubble is fantastic, dude. We really do fucking,
dude. I
really do fucking appreciate
it.
that. So it's like that's really cool. I'm into it. I'm glad that people can get that.
Thank you.
Salty.
Yes. Well, it's not my fault.
It's
not my fault. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
But it's time.
It's time for what?
It's time for the motherfucking record of the week.
This is the part where we talk about a record without playing anything from the record because YouTube sucks and we should just do this on Rumble.
I am going to give a quick snippet just so there is a little context, because some of our viewers might be a little younger and might not necessarily have it right in their heads. But if I just give them a little snippet, they'll figure it out. But nonetheless, Salty and Savage record of the week this week is the Doobie Brothers. This is an oldie. What were once vices are now habits. Killer title, like absolutely killer title of an album.
If you play anything from Michael McDonald, I'm going to lose my.
This is if you play Michael McDonald one more time. This is pre Michael McDonald, and this is when the Doobie Brothers were kind of like a bluegrassy, like really just jam rocks, but with like a little bit of soul band. They were really good, and I mean, people were pre Michael McDonald. People were still like, these guys are unbelievable. Like, who the heck are these kids? And so, you know, everybody's is used to the minute by minute stuff, but their other singer has a very distinct
the Michael McDonald crap. The Michael McDonald.
Their other singer has a very distinctive voice. Oh. And hold on,
dude. Growing up in my household as a kid, it was endless Chicago, endless Doobie Brothers, and endless Debbie Boone. Don't ask me how that works.
This
don't
song,
ask me how that works, but it happened.
And Debbie Boone. This song is on this record, and this is one of those records that you go, I think I know almost every single song on this record.
Are we gonna play it? Are we gonna risk it?
Yeah, we're gonna risk it for a little bit.
Keep on rolling, keep on jamming. Oh, black border, keep on rolling, keep on jamming. Oh, black border.
I mean, you know this song already,
yes,
right?
Obviously.
It's like, but the thing is, like, this is like, it's one of those that when you listen to it, you're like, wait, that's the Doobie Brothers?
Yeah, but who did it better? The cover or the original?
Dude, get out of here. Get out of here.
See, the British are always stealing our crap. They're always stealing our crap.
They are. They are always stealing our crap. Blackwater is just one of the many incredible songs on this album.
And for those that don't know,
and this
Led Zeppelin covered this song. Stupid British jerks.
They don't even know. Led Zeppelin isn't. What are they? A band? Come on. What a terrible name.
They're like the first metal band ever. No, they're not. The best metal band ever is Motley Crue. Everyone knows it.
Yes. My first concert.
That's great.
Was that your first concert? What year?
Faster Pussycat.
Where were you?
Up.
Oh.
Who did?
Faster Pussycat.
And where was it? What
It was
stadium?
in the Meadowlands.
Nice.
Near Giant Stadium.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
What year? What year?
90.
90? How old were you? Oh, you'll give us your age away. You don't want to.
I was a youngin.
I was a youngin. That's all right. That's all right.
I wanted to give you guys a Doobie Brothers little tidbit.
Okay.
On the show, What's Happening? You remember that show?
Yes.
The Doobie Brothers were guests, and they went up to the black guy, and they're like, "You must be the adopted brother." That always stands out. That always sticks in my head when I think of the Doobie Brothers.
He's like, no, I played the bass, man. That's fantastic.
I did not
know. So the Doobie Brothers, I love them there's so many other albums of theirs that I love, but this is a really oldie, and it's got so many old like 70s tracks that you're like, I know all of these songs. I didn't realize this was the Doobie Brothers because so many people of a Generation X kind of associate the Doobies with Michael McDonald and everything that's incredible about him because he is the infallible Michael McDonald. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
Again, man, guys, growing up, man, it was Michael McDonald, Doobie Brothers, Chicago, and Debbie Boone, man, and it drove me crazy.
I
dude.
can't. Debbie,
when I got older, it was just Do you know who Debbie Boone is? Okay. Yeah, it drove me crazy. It was torture. And then people go like, "Oh, why did you love the Smiths and Morrissey in junior high so much?" I'll be like, "Because my parents had terrible taste in music."
Because they hated it. So that's why the Doobie Brothers, an old school album, what were once vices are now habits, is this Salty and Savage. I just love overusing our animations.
I love it.
They're
From Uncapped Turtle, who
they're
makes them all.
uncapped. They're just like they're so good. They're just
Those are top.
he does an extremely great job.
Dude,
Oh, those were made by Uncapped Turtle.
Yeah,
I know. I know that name
He's
from
awesome.
Ethan's chat.
2 white guys and a tan person.
And a tan person.
That's accurate. That is
Yep,
very accurate.
yep.
Yeah.
Looking
Super
good.
accurate. Actually,
Looking
I'm
good.
more of a red now because of the drinking, but yeah.
I'm always ginger, so
Yeah. It's like the Irish in me. As soon as I start drinking whiskey, it's all rosy cheeks.
But it is 11 o'clock, and the
11 o'clock train is rolling on by, which is that time.
Man, it is a loud pig.
Yeah, it is.
Are they going to give it one more? Hold on, let's
Dude,
see.
One more.
Are we going to get another train for the folks? You're going to give me another toot? Oh, come on. You were so
They only do
boisterous.
2, dude. They only do 2. They
No,
that's it.
I thought it was one of the closer trains, and because there's a crossing right here, they have to blow, like they're required to blow the horn through the so it's like
in your house.
it's just like, oh my god. And sometimes
Dude, I thought you were doing a bit, and you were like lining up some other thing to come, like another album or something.
Yeah, no, that's just.
Like, is the train coming?
It's going off the rails on a crazy train. No. I thought you were doing a bit. Sorry, unfortunately not. That's good though.
On next week's Salty and Savage, the top 5 songs with the word train in them.
Top 5. Hold on. Top 5 songs
with the word about trains.
With train.
Yeah.
Not the band.
Not the band train.
Never the band train.
The band train. Don't no.
Ugh.
No, please no. Do you know that they have an entire album dedicated to Led Zeppelin covers?
Dude, Michael, what's your thoughts on Train, the band?
Dude, I thought of them as soon as Salty said something about train songs. My thoughts on I never bought any of their albums.
Good.
Some of the songs were okay to listen to, like on the radio.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bands like that. I never bought a Matchbox 20 album.
The Matchbox 20. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Excellent.
Matchbox 20, though, is a band that always got me to change the station.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I hated Matchbox 20, dude. I'd be like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah, not so much.
Jim Blossoms was a band that I liked in theory on the radio, and that was.
I bought one of their albums.
Yeah.
Great cloudy day coming in with the trains, and he just liked. Very nice. Thank you for liking. Great.
Think about subscribing too, and thank you for coming in at the end of the show. Michael, did you have a good time?
Dude, I had a great time. I wish I wasn't having those technical difficulties that really pissed me off, but other than that, it was great.
Not a big deal at all, man. You did fantastic. We appreciate you being here. Everything sounded great anyway. That's really all, as long as we know what you're saying and you're that would be something else.
Then that would be awkward and be like, you're okay, you gotta go.
Dude, but we really appreciate you.
We loved having you here, man. Thanks for coming.
Dude, I'd love to come back.
Absolutely.
Check this guy out.
Yes.
His information has been spread throughout the chat. I'm sure it will be there again.
Yeah, and you guys could follow him on X at Gnarly Comic. You see it right there. You'll get everything. You'll get it. He posts his reviews there. And then his YouTube link, I think, is there. His Redbubble.
X is my main site.
Yeah. So if you needed to do anything to get connected to him on X, Gnarly Comic, and he posts a lot of campaigns. So if you ever are curious about what's happening in the comic scene, and you're like, oh, hey, you just follow him because he'll end up talking about it, and then you'll be like, that book's good. Yeah. Let me get it.
That looks good. Let me get it.
Is that all? Let's just go. Let's end it. I never know how to say goodnight.
It is tough. It's always tough to say goodnight.
Just go away.
It's always tough. It's just, it ends up like,
douche chill.
Yeah. So we're gonna end the stream. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Okay.
It's a great idea.
All right, everybody. Michael, Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, dude. It was really awesome to have you here. Hang out. We'll catch up with you real quick
Yep.
right after the.
I'm gonna play the trailer. I'm gonna
stream.
close out the trailer.
Do it.
Buy my comic book. Bye.